Hello, how are you? What's happening? Today we're going to be doing our budget with me for the last week of February, but I'm going to be considering this March income because of the way that my husband gets paid on Wednesdays and then I get paid on Fridays and they just kind of stagger. So I'd love for you to stick around, watch how I budget my income along with the money he gives me, and I'll be right back after my intro. All right, you guys, I always forget too on my end that I don't need to pause for the whole duration of the intro. I always sit here for a second and I'm like elevator music, but really I can just keep rolling, right? So I hope that you guys are extremely excited for March. March is my favorite. I was actually just on the back end moving around some money from my high yield savings account to my personal account because in March I have 3 birthdays, family members, and then in April I have 2. So I'm going to be kind of really busy the next month, 2 months with birthdays and planning birthdays in April. So, also really cool news too. I got offered a position at my job to move back into full-time in the interim while I'm waiting to go back to school. So that is happening as well too. I'm super excited about that. You'll probably see the adjustment in my savings when that starts. I start back full-time this week coming up, I believe. Yeah. So anyhow, let's get into it. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Get you in close and personal. I hope you can see everything. And if you hear this little farting noise in the background, it's my chair. I don't know why I always have to say that. Oh, and I bought some wallpaper to go on the background because I'm tired of looking at, you can't even see it because I'm zoomed in. I'm tired of looking at the marks on this cover that I can't get off. So things will start looking a little differently. Okay, my pay was $1,525. Ko-fi members after taxes, me putting anything away, I had $29 left over, which is awesome. I'm very grateful for you guys. All of my Etsy pay just ended up being set aside for now. I'm not too sure how I'm going to handle that, so we'll dive into that next month, or maybe next pay period. We'll just see. We'll see how it goes. And my husband always gives me $255. This cash stuff's for his truck. And then any variable expenses that I like to apply to sinking funds, that is his portion and his way of saving with me. So I'm very grateful for that. And then my dad is purchasing my old vehicle off of me for $75 bi-weekly. I know, I'm an amazing buy here, pay here, aren't I? Amazing. Yeah, check it out. Interest rates are 0 too. So anyways, that brings me to a whopping $1,884. And with that, we're going to start paying some bills. The first thing that I do is I pull for my vehicle. I don't know why I'm writing vehicle out, but for my vehicle, I put $500 into a separate account. And the reason why I started doing this is because I opened up a Capital One account. I think last month they were offering a $300, what are they called? Sign-on bonus, so to speak. Not really, but it's like a referral or a reward program where I got $300 if I signed up for a new bank account and then had 2 $500 deposits made from my thing. And I was like, well, that works out great. I can just kind of separate my car payment and maybe even any car expenses into one account and just kind of follow that, because my Capital One, I do have a high yield savings account with Capital One, but I heard that Ally is a little bit better with the bucketing system and everything else. I don't currently have that. I keep everything on an Excel tracker and kind of manage it myself. But in this way, when I move that money to that account, all of the vehicle expenses can just be over there. I actually took my vehicle in to get its first oil inspection with the dealership, and they found one thing wrong with the vehicle. And I was like, it's a 2024, and I just bought it from you. If there's something wrong with the vehicle, it should be under warranty. And she was like, it's just one bolt. It was 59 cents. I was like, charge my credit card for 59 cents. It was ridiculous. I'm very grateful for the work that they did, but I was at the dealership for 3 hours for an oil change and a bolt. It was insane. And I was there with a 4-year-old playing Power Rangers Ninja Steel for 3 hours. Yeah. I came home and had a glass of wine. I did. Okay. Outside of that, I then put $500 into our shared account. My husband puts majority of his money into the shared account because I am more of the heavier of the savings and he is more of the heavier of the paying the bills. So that's just how it works for our household. So I put $500 into the shared account, and that is considered my fixed bills for the month. So that brings us down to, after that's all said and done, this is a $1,100. That brings us, so I'm technically gonna only say, no, I'm gonna say it. So that brings us down to $784. So the total amount is $1,100. That brings us, oops, you can't see everything. Let me zoom me back out. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Do you like my special effects? That leaves us with $784. So since we already put my husband's truck up here as a fixed expense, we're going to dive into our sinking funds. And our sinking funds, actually, no, I lied to you. We're going to do cash envelopes, and that's going to be my wallet, but I've now since switched that to be in my monthly binder. So I'm going to give myself for shopping $20. And you guys, sometimes when I post shorts and I show my wallet, people are like, where do you spend only $20 every 2 weeks at? I don't. It's more so of like, that's what I'm allowing myself to have for the week. Majority of our spending, like for groceries or household expenses, comes out of our shared account where all of our money is sitting at. So this is more just like cash on hand for me to be able to spend as I need. And then gas, I'm doing $40. So that is a total of, I'm going to move you around. And I'm already wondering how many times I've said today, friends. That is $60 going into there. So that leaves us with a total of $724. And then from there, everything else is going to be savings challenges. But because it's way bigger than this for me, it's more like this. We're going to go up here. I will be completely transparent with you. I saved money for my month ahead binder. And I ended up pulling it and using it for completed challenges at the end of the month because that's just how it worked for me. So we need to put $21 into the month ahead binder to stuff it for the month of March. So you will not see that in that additional income from when I finished a mini. So kind of sucks, but it was all savings at the end of the day. And then we are going to do $100 into our mini Mondays. So that is when we stuff into our smaller like mini savings challenges where we roll the dice and we have fun. Sunday, you're going to see something, or Sunday. Is it Sunday? Why did I put Sunday? Oh yeah, we'll write this. This is my Sunday saving with friends. My Sunday video is getting $140, and that is bi-weekly. So 70 each week. And then my cash stuffing days, which this week will just look like another savings challenge day. We'll get $20, and I'm just starting a bunch of new challenges. I'll show you really quickly because this video typically isn't that long, and when I usually say that, it ends up being extremely long. But I created this binder, this cute little binder, because I have some, like, I don't really have long-term savings going on right now. I do within my sinking funds, but nothing like just fun. I don't know. So I created some color and saves. And I'm working on Sarah Saves 07, her baby shower, the 420 from Divine Savings Co., and then the book Lean Made Me. And then I did become a member of Mini Brick Budgets, so we're going to start coloring a dragon. And then our Back to School Savings Challenge, which I was actually just talking to Cash Cow Escort the other day. I had money in here, $12, and it was clipped with this guy. And when I moved everything around, I don't know what the heck I did with the money. So on Sundays, we'll be playing in this little binder, which is a freebie down below in my Ko-fi shop. It's just you print it and you can make it into a book if you want, but it's just how I'm using, or I'm saving, so you can see that I was already lurking in it, but I don't know where the freaking money went. I was like, what the heck? But it's what I'm using to save for my kids back to school. And then I joined Judy's membership, and she gave me this and I printed it, and we're going to start trying to save a little bit in this each week. I do currently already have an emergency fund in place that I'm working with Becca Budget 777, but it's a whopper. So I may be thinking about doing little amounts in Judy's and then adding it to Becca's. I'm not sure yet. We'll cross that bridge when we do. So I'm giving myself $20 to play with all of that stuff. Will it go that far? I'm not really sure. We might end up pulling money from other areas that day. We'll figure it out. It'll all be good. But I gave myself the barrier of 20. And then on our Scratcher day, which is my debt day now, I have a new theme. So excited. Our debt binder is going to be $220. And then we're doing, so there are going to be some things changing. We're going to have tacos, and then I'm doing boxes. So I think I might bounce back and forth, or I might finish the tacos, but I have 2 boxes I'm currently working on. Super fun. Outside of the one that I offer for free down below, but we're going to give myself $108, and I might do tacos on one Tuesday and then boxes on the next Tuesday. And then at my birthday binder, we usually stuff $20 weekly. So, but I only accidentally gave myself $37. So that's okay, because that's going to cover up for the IOU. And we're starting a new this or that game. So we'll figure out where we're going to pull another $20 from. It'll probably come from my wallet down here. And then travel, we tried to stuff our travel binder at least once every pay period, and we're going to put $70 in that. That's a slow grow. Or I'm sorry, is it 70? I'm sorry, it's $78 into that. So that in total, really quickly, $724. And that leaves us with no money. So that is how I budget my paycheck in order to be able to play with some savings challenges. And I love it. I love my life. Let me show you really quickly too some things that I have started. I can't remember. I meant to film or add this to my end of the month video, but I think I forgot. So I'm just going to show it here. But I created this. This is a freebie down below as well. And it is a month by month breakdown of debt. So where my starting balance was, what my debt payment was, and then what my end balance was. So we're ending the month of February with $4,616.91 of personal debt. So that will move right here. And then we're starting our Sunday game day, our Saturday game day has transitioned into a debt payout. So I'm not sure exactly how that'll work yet, because it's going to be a brand new binder, but I'm keeping all of the challenges in there until the theme is completely done. But I am going to pull them each month and make a payment. So we'll go over how much I pay in March once that time comes, and then we'll have our end balance. But this is the start of the year debt total, which I should probably write down because I don't know what January's was. But I do know that February, we'll just jump off with February, that our starting debt was $5,560.21. And then at the end of the year, we'll be able to see what we landed off with. I'm fingers crossed, hoping it's none. Oh, okay. And then I created this to go with it as well. This is a color and save with me, but it's a debt payoff tracker. And there's 64 of these. I'm using this for my highest interest balance card, which is my Apple. So it's majority of my debt. And I'm going to use this individually as my payoff tracker. But then I also have Hey K Budgets, her balloon credit card debt payoff. So I have my debt listed here, but this is our shared debt, my husband and I's Lowe's credit card. And then this is my overall debt, that $5,560.21. That might be a little different than the previous page, depending on when I wrote this for interest. But we're going to use this as like the bigger picture color payoff. And another way to keep me accountable. I was going to create trackers for debt, but I've just decided I really like this little notebook I have. So I'm going to start just keeping my own personal tracking and maybe showing this to you guys each month. But I have my goals in here written down. I have my interest tracker in here, and I have my debt, like all of our debt written down, just to kind of see where we land off and what we do. And then I have like my Etsy totals and Ko-fi, and I'm just trying to track for taxes at the end of the year. So I'm just gonna do that in there. I was gonna make a tracker, but I know how my brain works. Sometimes I'm like in overkill mode, and I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to keep it simple too, and be in something that I really like to look at. So, yeah, I'm using these, and then let me show you one more thing. I created these. They're down below at my Ko-fi shop, but they are for my members only. So this is a savings challenge tracker. I was using this notebook, and I really do like it. And I'm probably still going to keep using the notebook to kind of like give my breakdown of what I want to do and what I want to stuff each month and cross off. But I also like having just a quick overview, just really quickly if I ever want to look, instead of having to dive into that and all that nonsense that I scribble. It's just this quick breakdown. I realized I didn't put the word total down here, so I just wrote it in for myself. But I just kind of wanted to give you the leeway of being able to fill out this how you see fit. And then I have this category savings tracker as well too. So you'll see that there are certain categories that I've already fulfilled for this year and spent the money. So I want to kind of set my goal for next year so I can continue to save currently for this year for it. So like Super Bowl, for example, is done with. I saved $191. So next year I want to save $250. Car registration will be done with. I've actually bought the registration already because it's due at the end of March, and I want it to be ahead of the time. But I've noted what I saved and what I want to save next year. So pets, like we had our annual pet fee. I saved $150. It was $150, but this time I'm going to try for $200. So just that. And then this subscription tracker. So all three of these will be linked to my Ko-fi shop down below for my Ko-fi members. And I'm just using this to track all of my memberships, so to speak, and then my own subscription trackers. So we have that. And then don't forget, please, too, that I have this expense tracker available in my Ko-fi for everyone. So yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, too, that the budgeting sheet we're using is from Marge. Oops. I'm ringing for you at the Budget Evolution. So go check her out as well too. But that is how I budget. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with my stuff. And please don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe. I'm on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I always make these so awkward at the end. So I'll see you later. Bye.